We are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go because we have to talk about the Bitcoin breakout. We are sitting at 71,150 currently, forming a nice green candle also on this day, which we're going to look at in a second. And there are a couple of bullish things happening right before this election that is coming up. We are heading higher and it looks picture perfect in the charts. I will show you in a second. And also, we are going to talk a little bit about the altcoins, what is going to happen with the altcoins at the moment, how they are looking. We're looking at the market. We can talk about a couple of altcoins or your altcoins later, right? And then also we have to talk about Veve, as there are also developments for Veve. And I will try to bring the timestamps as soon as possible into this stream, so make sure to stay all the way through or use the timestamps to go through, and then you can find your favorite topic. But let's jump right in. Good morning to each and every one of you. What a day. This day feels more excited and I see the Bitcoin logos flying through the chat. So we have Chris Klein here. Good morning. Troy Paris, let's get it. And also we have Trucking Hank. We have Walrus King, good morning. And we have Jasper Frank, good morning to all of you. Volume is fire, that sounds good. So I think if it's too much, we have to regulate a little bit, but let me know. That is important. I may ask you right now to smash up the like button, also subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and notifications on so you never miss when I post something on YouTube. And also I want to thank each and every one of you, of my rare hodlers here, especially the ones that are at the moment here in the chat, but also everyone else of the rare hodlers here on my screen. I want to thank you for supporting this journey and for sticking with me through all this bear market time and through all the sideways, like half a year of sideways. Not easy, right? But you stuck with me, so I'm really grateful for that. And you are sponsoring this channel when no one else would, and yeah, that is something that I will not forget. And with that, let's jump right in and look at something that we also won't forget anymore. So we are going to give a little bit of a price outlook, as always. Obviously, has anything changed? But first of all, let's enjoy the view. I mean, how perfect can it get? If you consider our bull flag and you consider where we are with the price action, you have a breakout. You come back, everyone gets bearish. We had even health wealth gurus here in the comments saying bear market has started. And now we are coming up from this retest that we discussed here, by the way. So that this is the retest, that this is the picture perfect bounce, right? We have discussed it, and now we have the follow through. And now we are breaching the next level, taking out highs here, taking out highs here. So very bullish for Bitcoin on the daily candles. And let me put this on the weekly, so we can also see the weekly of the week has just started, right? I mean, there are still 5 days and 20 hours. This can end up with a long wick and a little bit lower. This can end up like with a God candle, right? Directly to 80K. We don't know. This is something we cannot predict at this moment. Also depends on macro factors like the elections, right? We are not this type of channel where we are saying, oh, this is all baked in the charts, right? And nothing can, like, the reality is forming according to charts. No, not that. But what we can analyze is once candles are closing or once they're forming, what this means for Bitcoin. And as you see here, there has not been, if we would close like this, there has only been this weekly candle at the same level. So if we would close higher than this, we would basically close outside of everything that we had before. So we will observe this candle, and we are right now also flashing the second big signal here in the indicators. Ignore the white lines, but we are now basically, we are just at it. We're now going to the bull cross on the TSI, right, on the weekly. So this is all very, very bullish. And now let's look at the quickly at the targets. Obviously, we have. Let me go quickly out of the logarithmic. But let's look at the targets once again. So am I out of log? Yeah. Looks like out of log, yeah. So we have from this bull flag basically the measuring, that would be our breakout move. That is the breakout that actually happened exactly here on this move, and that would propel us to 80K, right? So we are putting the target a little bit like millimeters below, because we all know, like, psychological barrier, maybe we get rejected from that, whatever, right? But we are on our way, and very likely that is the conservative target. And then you have some other targets, like, for example, the break of this flag, which would give us the 98K, right? So this is the flagpole. The flagpole would give us a little bit more. Again, we are staying under it, but this is your second price prediction. The flagpole from here, right? From where this pole starts to this bull flag, that would be the second target, just under 100K. And then the 120K comes from the, let me get this quickly here, comes from the cup and handle, where also, if you're taking out logarithmic, you have the cup, you take the measured move, you put it on breakout, and you're reaching this target, right? So 120K. These are 3 bullish targets that we are pursuing. And since the sentiment was so shitty in here, this is a really nice breakout, and it catches everyone off guard. This is the crazy thing. Like, it catches most people off guard, because we had the people, like, we have eternalized this here just for us to remember that when we were at these lower levels, like here in September, here, 2nd of September, like right down here, we had people commenting, price is worse than 2022 bear market. Wait until you see the streets later this week. The Fed just put the final nail in the coffin. So that is, whenever you see this, like, I'm eternalizing these comments just because it shows you how sentiment is, right? And there will be a time where we also collect some of these, like, oh, Bitcoin is going to 2 million when we're at 120K or something like that. We will eternalize that as well, just to show that sentiment on the top is then also something like that, right? So yeah, hey Dom Wu, what's going on? Drinking some tea? Anyways, like, smash the like button for this if you enjoyed this little analysis already with the price prediction, like giving the price prediction directly in the beginning of the stream. But this is how it all looks. And now let's take a quick look at the monthly. And on the there's too much going on. Like this election sticker needs to go away. Okay, there's too much going on, but we will see. Like this is the monthly candle, right? The monthly candle is closing in 2 days and 18 hours. And look at this bullish close. I mean, the monthly will, if we close right like that, we will have a massive breakout on the monthly. And we will close on the same level as we've closed the end of the other parabolic move. Only that we have cooled a little bit all the indicators, right? So this is really, really bullish. And if we were to pump the next 2 days even more, I mean, we could even take out these highs. We could even close at all-time high or something like that. Everything's possible. Again, as I said before, we will have to wait until the candle closes. But I would say the likelihood of us closing somewhere down below in this flag or something like that is very, very low right now, as we're sitting at 71k, as we were liquidating a ton of shorts. I would say that this is a very low probability. I would say this is your first of several months breakout into new all-time highs. That for sure. Hey, Slick Rick, what's going on? Yeah, so let me know what you think your price targets are. Some people are saying that my price targets are way too low, but I'd rather have them a little bit lower and actually be able to take profit than waiting for this eternal price target that never comes. Now, our view on this is like, oh, we could pump now or something like this. Then again, why have we drawn this in? Because that would mean that already in January we would top out if our indicator performs this. This would be a very, very steep. This would be a very, very steep incline. I believe we will go a little bit slower and we will top out later in 2025. But this is all something like, oh, I believe, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. But the good thing is we have these indicators to observe, and they will give us a good educated guess when the top is in or when we are very close to the top, like we had it here when we hit the trend line, which was exactly on the top. And you still see the range of where this indicator hits. Don't believe that you will hit the absolute top. This is a 37% range. This is between 64 and 47k. So even on this monthly, right? Let's say you would have taken this indicator at the trend line seriously. Who tells us now at which price exactly on this top candle you would have sold? You would have sold pretty nicely, right? No matter where, in the worst and in the best case. But it doesn't let you nail this exact wick, even though that these indicators are pretty spot on, right? So there needs to be more, right? And also, do we really have to nail this exact wick? This is also the question, right? For taking profit. Maybe we don't have to. Maybe we don't have to. Okay, so Argentina also, like Bitcoin is, in Argentina, Bitcoin is at 70 million right now, hit a new all-time high. As it all, like, look at this, like where we are struggling with previous all-time high in the currency, Argentina went already parabolic and the bull flag was somewhere at 60 million. Now this also shows you that measuring Bitcoin in your local currency is very valid for seeing how you protect your purchasing power against debasement from the central bank. But it's also a little bit useless in terms of measuring the exact value, right? So because every currency, therefore you would have put one bread is X amount of Satoshis, right? Then, okay. Then you have a real value. But look, this is crazy. And this is why I'm saying that I mean, here is still the argument, like in Europe, in dollars, the inflation is not strong enough so that people understand. But in Argentina, people understand, right, the value of Bitcoin. Because if you, basically, everyone who doesn't have Bitcoin is left here behind, right? So you had to put in like, what is that, 10 million pesos here for a Bitcoin? You would have bought the top, doesn't matter. Now it's 70 million, everyone else is behind with their 10 million pesos. You are like 7x protected, let's say, 7x up protected. So that is that. And then also what is influencing right now the price is probably this, as the prediction markets are estimating Donald Trump lead over 66%, so 2/3, which is pretty high. Also look at the volume, like 710 million in volume, and then 450 million in volume on Kamala Harris. So the betting is going crazy. It's not like no one's betting on Kamala. Yeah. Anyways, there is one thing though. There's one prediction. When I see this face, it's like I can't. Anyways, there's one prediction that nailed it. Like the move started with this. Look at this and pay close attention to the sign.
How concerned are you about the potential impact of the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency?
Even the journalist had to laugh.
Let's see.
Look at that here. Here is where the sign goes off. Look.
Impact of the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency.
And I mean, also pay attention to what she says.
How concerned are you about the potential impact of the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency?
I don't know. Maybe we need to put this in the intro video also, like only this 1 second when the sign falls off, because like the journalist, she asks about the stability of the currency and so on. Basically the sign of God says it's going down forever, so Bitcoin is going up forever. That's basically your bull signal. For someone chopped this BTC 70k on it. Yeah, actually it's bananas. But also her facial expression is like, what the heck was that? That was the sound of Bitcoin breaking resistance, right? Anyway, I thought that was funny. Probably I'm going to download this and squeeze this somewhere into the intro or something like that. It's like all these like golden moments of stuff. So yeah, also maybe on a more serious note, MetaPlanet, we know this company already. They bought 1.6 billion yen worth of Bitcoin, and now they are owning more than 1,000 Bitcoin. So this is where game theory in the companies is playing out. Like we have a pilot like Michael Saylor that is playing the game with Bitcoin, and then some companies imitating him. And now these are the early movers. But once these companies are outperforming other companies because of Bitcoin, we are going to see other companies following up. And now I think I might make a bold prediction here, and we will see if it comes close. But the same way we saw exchanges struggling in the bear market with over leveraging in certain trades, I might see that we will see companies failing by over leveraging on Bitcoin in the next bear market, where the Bitcoin price goes down, also forced by some malicious actors, right? As we saw it also in the previous bear market, and that they are purposely going to liquidate companies that are over leveraged on their Bitcoin play. So if we see hardcore aping of companies into Bitcoin, not like this, I mean 1,000 BTC here and so on, if they're just buying with their cash flow, that's fine. But if we see companies like taking out huge loans, right, to add Bitcoin at very high prices, then we might see this game. This could be actually a possibility, and then someone attacking Bitcoin price to liquidate or cause a liquidation cascade into in these companies. If we see something like that, I wouldn't wonder about that, right? So someone trying to liquidate all of these companies, I wouldn't wonder if this leads to some pretty nasty Bitcoin sales that further dips the price. I mean, we have just seen it in the past market. The attack on UST, Terra Luna stablecoin, then destabilizing Terra as they had so much Bitcoin, then Terra forcing to sell all this Bitcoin, which liquidated the next couple of exchanges and so on. So it is something that could realistically appear, right? Also, Vanek is pretty bullish here on Bitcoin, so let's listen to this as well. I think he has a $3 million US dollar target, but also he sees that this is now the moment where the retail also gets a little bit more of Bitcoin. So let's listen to that as well.
Into the election, we saw the exact same pattern in 2020 where Bitcoin lagged with low volatility, and then once a winner was announced, we had a high vol rally as new buyers come into this market. And that's the great thing about Bitcoin, is that every day there's new buyers being born. It's kind of like the video game industry. The olds who hate it die off, the new folks are buying it. And what we think is that once the election result is finalized, Moody's is going to downgrade US sovereign debt, and that could be a catalyst for Bitcoin to catch up.
Doesn't gold correlate with the dollar and with M2 as well? And gold and Bitcoin seemed like the correlation broke down a couple of times recently.
Bitcoin is a chameleon. Its correlations change over time. It's hard to predict what it's going to be correlated with over the short term, over the long term.
But you really say it's because of the 21 million and fixed amount is out there, therefore the debasement of the currency favors that. I mean, that's...
Yeah, it's
Some people call that fairy
it's a
dust.
non-U.S. asset. It's an emerging markets asset. And while we were all hyperventilating about the election over the last week, BRICS had a conference in...
Okay, 1 second before Briggs is coming in here. So what I think is really interesting, what he said, the most interesting part is that he mentions that Bitcoin is a chameleon and changes correlation over time, which I find interesting. I've never thought about this before, but it's true. We have seen throughout the bear market a strong correlation with stocks, and then it decoupled and Bitcoin did not move, but before we had seen strong correlation with gold, but then it decoupled and did not move, and so on. It's like, and then Bitcoin moves when everything else is stalling out. And I would say he doesn't. By the way, he doesn't respond to the question, right? But the guy, TV guy, I forget the name of CNBC. He asks him if it is really the 21 million and the hedge against debasement. And the funny thing is that I think Vanek wants to say yes, but he doesn't. And yeah, it's interesting. But also his take on BRICS. His take on BRICS here. Let's listen to that as well. Super interesting.
BRICS had a conference in Russia. There's 6 new members of BRICS this year. So BRICS GDP is now greater than the combined GDP of G7. Of the 6 new members, 3 of them, Argentina, the UAE, and Ethiopia, are now mining Bitcoin with government resources. So there is tremendous urgency outside of the US to find a way to circumvent the irresponsible fiscal policy that we've been running here in the US. In fact, Russia announced an initiative. Their sovereign wealth fund is going to invest in a regional initiative to build Bitcoin mining and AI infrastructure throughout BRICS, with an idea of settling global trade in Bitcoin. So look, someday, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, Putin's going to die. We're going to look to reintegrate some of these countries into the world financial system, and they're going to be trading with Bitcoin. What are we going to be doing?
Okay, so super interesting. Also, the take with the BRICS maybe settling global trade in Bitcoin. At least you see like the new BRICS members mining Bitcoin. Also, I mean, we see also El Salvador, right, as how they are playing it to escape the grip of the International Monetary Fund, right? So there is a lot of development, and I think this is like you saw MetaPlanet before. This is the beginning of companies and countries at the same time understanding the importance of Bitcoin, and the beginning, because if they are all mining, like you have these 3 BRICS countries, like Argentina and whatever he said, the other ones that are moving forward with Bitcoin mining on government resources. So that means you have these countries are in Bitcoin, like officially. the government is in Bitcoin officially. Also, you have El Salvador, Bhutan, and whoever is mining in disguise, in the secrets, in the shadows, like lurking in the shadows, who you don't know. And then you have clown Germany selling their 50k Bitcoin and not buying it back. Like, I mean, I understand the rule that seized asset and so on has to be liquidated, but on the other hand, you have to then file something quickly to be able to rebuy as quick as possible, right? We don't know if they have or haven't, I don't know, right? But this is bullish. So I had this pulled up here because I didn't see it to the end, that it was also there, but now we see it, like UAE, Ethiopia, and Argentina. So this might be also the end of poverty long term for Ethiopia, because if basically you have to see, this is a unique financial instrument for countries, because now you have an infinite, like you have a finite asset in your government's balance sheet, basically, that protects you against infinite money printing of the outside world, basically granting you cash inflow from other countries fleeing into that currency if you're an early country adopter, right? So it's the same like for us, and now the big question is, how will they? Now, this is also something, when you see some countries want to regulate, these BRICS countries, they are not going to regulate in the same way that the G7 would do it, right? So it's also going to be a war of who is regulating and who is attracting rich and Bitcoin rich individuals into their country, right? So because you see, like, there are countries like with very harsh tax and regulation, and even tax on unrealized gains policies, like Norway or Denmark or something like that, or even Germany also, where if they increase that, people are going to move because of that, right? There is only so much you can take. So yeah, good morning to you guys, all of the Rare Hodler and Hodler Army, Green Lantern, what is going on? Sound is great today. Morning, GM, liked. Yeah, I hope that I can maintain the sound this way, but there we go. Thank you very much. Yeah, 25 people here, so please smash up the like button. I know that it sucks to go out of full screen and do that, but let's do it. Also, this one here is very interesting, like this one from Tech Dev, with his what even is this indicator, CMF. We will have to look that up, but this indicator apparently showing breakouts into the parabolic move. And it's a very long-term analysis. And now we just see this breakout once again that only happens, right, at parabolic moves. Very interesting. So we see this here. Doesn't fit into the screen, but who knows? There you go. Ready to leave the hamster wheel. Yeah, let's go. Like now we are positioned as we are, right? Maybe this is also something, right? You have altcoins. They can go well, they can go wrong. Bitcoin going up, nice. It is now the time to look at how much money you can possibly make in this cycle, right? If you have a couple, like let's say if you have a couple of thousand in crypto, you're looking to make tens of thousands, right? Depending on what you have bought. Okay, so this is only one step in the direction, but see it that way. Even though a lot of people are telling and will tell that this is the last ever cycle, it's not. We are just seeing it, that countries are understanding it's not the last cycle. And let's just assume you have a couple of thousand in crypto. You make, let's say you have 5,000, you make 25 or 30k out of that by profit taking, right? So 5xing, 6xing your money. Everyone will say, oh, but you have to make 100x. Listen, it's very risky and sometimes it doesn't happen, right? But let's just say you're multiplying by 5, 6x, no matter what you have. You take that, and in the next cycle you can start with more education at a better entry point with this 50k, right? Or with this 25k, or with this whatever, right? So 6x, let's say you have 10k, you take out 60k in this cycle, you will be able to buy the bottom with 60k plus whatever you pile on cash in the next 1.5 years. So maybe you will be able to take with close to 100k the next 5x trade, right? And then you're at 500,000 or something like that. This is the game. This is a long-term game. And then you will also have a couple of thousand spare to take the real degenerate trades, right? The really degenerate things. So I hope this works out for all of us. So and yeah, there is only one coin that will change lives, and let me guess from the name XRP cult member, it's probably XRP. Who knows, right? But that's the play. So now let's look what's happening in a bit. The Bitcoin price is heading upwards, and there are 2.1 billion worth of Bitcoin shorts to be liquidated at $74,000. So if that happens, we will just propel higher. But basically, these shorts that are getting liquidated, you're right, it's Cardano. Oh my god, yeah. Also, in terms of global liquidity, I had to laugh so hard this morning that I pulled this up here. I don't know if you can see this, but while the US government is focused on crypto, this is just so stupid, but I had to laugh really hard. While the US government is focused on crypto, there is 35 trillion national debt piling up in the background. You have to set priorities, right? I mean, it is what it is, and nature is beautiful and all. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, also this one really cool, has nothing to do with the chart, but I also I think this Satoshi statue in Switzerland, I think it's Switzerland, right? Yeah, in Switzerland, is very beautiful. Also, someone else posted it a little bit differently. Someone posted here. That's not the same, by the way. But I think it's not the same, or is it the same? It's the same. Look at the buildings in the background. But someone put a "I love Casper" on it on the computer, which is a hard blasphemic violation of the Satoshi, the one Satoshi. But I think from this perspective, it looks really beautiful. So really nice art. So it's possible to do good modern art, apparently. I think this one is good, at least. Because, like, this is the thing with... I think this is where you take modern art, right? This is a modern person in a modern setup. And here modern art fits. There's a computer. There's a guy that revolutionized a layer in the new infrastructure, right? It revolutionized our financial system. This is where modern art fits, right? Before, modern art tried to break pattern with old art, and somehow it was weird because they try, like, for example, you have like they try to rebuild an antique statue out of stuff like that, and it just looks weird, right? But this is where it actually fits. So I support this type of modern art. This is really nice. This is where it fits. Anyways, let's check out. Okay, so this is our cup and handle. Okay, so here, this is what we predicted yesterday, right? That we have the retest here complete on USDT dominance. So we are we are breaking down here. Also DXY, let's get rid of some of the numbers. DXY seems to be stalling as global liquidity is still on this. By the way, global liquidity, right? Let's just see one thing. The global liquidity signal. I'm just looking if there's anything to chart, but that's not really. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's downward sloping, right? It's downward sloping. If you would place it like this, technically you could argue something like this, but you see it scales, right? So just for the trend though, like global liquidity, signal, and then here hopefully our breakdown. We will see how this plays out of the DXY. So far so good. Gold gold is starting again. Hey Stu, are you here? If Stu is here, shout out to Stu, our gold maxi. We have a gold maxi on the channel, and Bitcoin following through now. You see this? Also, we predicted this. By the way, why is this so much on the side? We predicted this, that gold will follow here. So keep that in mind. Also, 35 people here now. We really have to keep the likes, like bring the likes up. Like, how many likes do we have right now? Is it at 35? We need at least the 35 likes just right now. Call in the people. We are going to talk about Ecomi in a second. Bitcoin dominance, and now it gets really wild. Here's our big head scratcher. When altcoin season, right? Definitely Bitcoin says not right now. So we will see how far Bitcoin can go, because now we are breaking out to the upside of this. We have marked and highlighted the breakout that something's wrong with our setup here very early. Now we are going to the upside. Now it's basically discovery until 60, at least 60% it will hit, in my opinion. And then we will see if there's some resistance coming in here where it turns around or something like that. But right now it's breaking out and altcoins are left behind. So yeah, that is something that we have to see. Altcoin season is definitely not going to happen in October. That's for sure. And probably also not during this year. So until the end of the year, probably Bitcoin is going to lead the rally. That doesn't mean, by the way, just because altcoin season is not happening in terms of this crashing down, doesn't mean that your altcoins can't go up by 1 or 2x. Like 1x is like by 2 or 3x, right? 100, 200%. It can. While they are just moving slower than Bitcoin, and that's how Bitcoin dominance goes up. But altcoins can go up, and they are doing that, right? So you see now Solana broke out. We're quickly looking at Solana here. Solana broke out and retested, and now is good to go. So Solana is on the way to $300, in my opinion. And that is exactly what I mean. Solana broke out, but Bitcoin moved more. So Solana is falling behind for Bitcoin, but moving up, right? So technically it's better to be in Bitcoin than in Solana at the moment, but only for this period, because we also see that Solana is actually one of the few that has massively outperformed Bitcoin, right? So you take this absolute bottom to where we are right now. Solana is up 20x from the absolute bottom, right? So this is crazy. Also, let's check out crypto in general, the market. What is happening in the market? Everything is going up. Everything's going up right now. And this is the crazy stuff. Let's take a moment here, guys, and realize what's happening. Bitcoin dominance is going up, and the altcoin market looks like this. This is not an altcoin season. This is only alts recovering and following Bitcoin. And this is where alts are 14% and 10% and 12% and 7% and 5% and 3%, right, here and there. There's almost no altcoin other than the ones that had pumped before, that is red right now. Altcoins are following Bitcoin, but not as much as Bitcoin is going up, right? So we see them going up a little bit also in the next, and this is on the daily, right? So we have here EOS going up, gold going up, Harry Potter, Obama Sonic, 10 Ino going up, Goldseus Maximus is going up, right? But even, look at that, even shitcoins like Mana, like Decentraland are going up at the moment, like by 5%. Akash Network, like all altcoins are getting some allocation right now. So obviously we see like the shitcoins are like the shit roulette is leading. So Retardio and Pups are leading here, for example, right? But overall, like Apal AI is at 11%. Everything's going up right now a little bit. And if Bitcoin rallies, this will happen. Like these altcoins, they will just follow, and then once they're already up like 200, 300%, then Bitcoin dominance crashes down, and then the real move for altcoins begins, right? Swimmin site says, I sold Doge at 1.1 to buy ADA. Doge goes up 65%, ADA stays the same. Yeah, in the best case stays the same or even goes lower. This is crazy. But I mean, you can't know. This is also, you cannot give yourself a hard time. The only thing that you can see is that sometimes maybe trading is not the best option, just sticking to what you have analyzed in the beginning. And you're like, and also memes in the beginning of a cycle are always pretty attractive. But I mean, the big thing is, do you learn or don't you from that, right? From all of that. So this is the big question. But overall, we are seeing some big green. But also, if you see, like, for example, going to the top 100, if you're looking at the week, you see on the weekly, everything's still red. Some coins are green on the week, but overall it's red. So it's like coins are just coming back from the sell-off that happened before, right? Bro, BRC ecosystem next to run. Check out Multibit, please. Let's see. Also, we didn't look at others just yet, so let's take a moment here. And where is it? I think I closed it somehow, but let's take the Sol. Let's check out quickly others. Oh fuck, that was not the right one. Others. There it goes. Like all altcoins except top 10. We have a bounce. We have a bounce here for altcoins, but you see, like, where Bitcoin is going higher, altcoins still need a moment, right? So we're lagging a little bit behind. Let's check out what is that? Mubi USDT on, let's try Wobi. Okay, so that okay, so that's Mubi. Let's look. I don't have this, but let's look at KuCoin chart. Okay, maybe that's the inception for this. Let's try one more to see if there's more chart. Gate.io. Okay, there you go. Okay, so Gate.io actually provides us with probably the most complete picture. It's a degenerate exchange. Seems to have found support. Seems to have broken its downfall, like something that happened here, right? So here basically you had your squeeze, your breakout. What you want to see is a continuation now. No volume, no breakout yet. So if you're bullish on Mubi, that's probably where you can still accumulate, because this coin just hasn't gone yet, right? But I sub, thanks bro, yeah, welcome. So I think this is like, you have a breakout, but you want to see something, right? But these could be still entry prices if Mubi is. I've not looked, and this is very, very important, right? He says Mubi, I'm looking at Mubi chart. I've not looked at any website fundamentals, if their Twitter is alive. This is something that you always should check. Like, are they still alive, or is this just a token thrown around that had been launched and now is abandoned, right? I've heard about them before, so I doubt it, but we will have to see, right? So the question is, what's going to happen next for Mubi? Will we go retest this before we go, or something like that, right? We don't know. BTC dominance fell every year in November. Yeah, at 4 days after halving usually, right? So this is a good point. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's going higher as we speak. Maybe it's coming, but also, where's the halving? April here. Here's the halving, right? So here's the halving plus 3 days. So we're now at 189 days, 224 days. We would be at second to 5th of December would be 224 days after halving, where usually this breaks down. So we would actually be in December if that would be happening, right? But back to the altcoin. Mubi is missing an accumulation zone. Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's this here, right? Maybe it's this. But what is also missing is like some strength to the upside. And I'm not shitting on any coins, right? Found old e-gold bag. Is this thing still alive? Yeah, it's called Multiverse X. Multiverse X. E-gold USD. There you go. Well, alive is like a definition, but let's see if we have any other e-gold chart. That's a slow one. Let's see, e-gold on Kraken. Maybe there must be a more chart. There we go. Yeah. Also, one of these. Here's your zone. Here's your. I don't know if it's alive, but it has the same problem as Mubi, right? But there's more volume. Like here's more volume in general, right? So there is basically, you could say, here's your resistance. Here's big resistance. I mean, if this bounces, this would be a trade, right? So if this bounces, that's 200%, right? Only to go in back up in this zone. Now it's a 22 million market cap. In November last year, it 30x'd. Wow. Okay, so I don't know. I can't see the full chart even on Gate.io, maybe on CoinLore. This is also something like if you can't find the full chart before you buy anything, you can go. So for example, Mubi. So here we have Mubi, right? If we want to see the entire chart. Okay, so Mubi is not what you meant. So you meant probably eGold, right? So EGLD. Actually eGold is Elrond. What's that? No, that's not. It's Multiverse X. I'm pretty sure. EGLD. Is that it? They didn't on CoinLore. They didn't rebrand it. I feel, but. Maybe it was, yeah. So here, that's a full chart apparently, I think. So yeah, looks not so good, right? Doesn't look really good. I don't like when coins rebrand, to be honest. Like if I see a rebrand on Omi, oh my god, that's then really the end of it, right? But CoinLore, like for example, Ecomi, right? You can't find a single trading view chart that looks like Ecomi. And let's start with Ecomi already. So here, this history, every chart starts here, somewhere here, right? So it gives you the illusion of you being at all-time low. But look at this chart. It's like, I mean, it's not the greatest chart of all history by far, but here's your seed round prices, right? And only on CoinLore you can find these, right? I don't know if on TradingView I've never found any of this. So this might be something for you. So let's talk about a little bit about Ecomi here. Let's actually refresh. I thought Ecomi was a little bit up, but it's not apparently. So only on the day, maybe this is the weekly. But yeah, very, very weak reaction from Ecomi still. So again, no reason to get excited because this was a new cycle low, and maybe we will approach lower prices even after that, right? If Bitcoin pulls back and so on, we're really going lower, right? Ben is going to take Veve to the next level, which will bode well for Omi. I hope so. I really hope so, because this integration for Omi, I mean, you guys know that I've always been a little bit more hesitant on Omi than I am on Veve itself with the collectibles. Stu is also here. I am bullish on crypto. It's a no-brainer. Gold and silver are a smart bet. Hedge. Against this crazy inflation. NFA, just my opinion. Keep it up, mate. Yo, good to see you. I've given you a shout out on the gold chart earlier, but yes, I agree with you. We also have like some grams of gold. Like this is the case. Some grams of gold need to be there. It's just good. Stu probably has like Fort Knox in his basement, kilos of gold. But so far, nothing too much for Omi to get excited about. But also, Ecomi has a little reaction here. So this is something maybe that we can keep looking at. But as long as Bitcoin dominance is going up, I'm not really expecting anything out of Ecomi. So I'm expecting that it will go lower over time. At the moment, I think unless there's like big huge news, there's no real turnaround. But what is crazy, or what is nice, is so Veve is posting this as we step into the next phase of business. Going from a startup to a scale up, we're looking for some people to join us in these brand new specialist roles. Head of growth marketing, not too bad, right? Head of community and comms, communication leads, senior graphic designer, and affiliates lead. Now it's interesting, right? So you have these signs of the bear market being over, the bull market has officially started, you're looking at a breakout, you know it's only a couple of months until altcoins are pumping, and suddenly Veve has a new CEO, like co-CEO, but in fact he is CEO, right? Like he is coming, and suddenly now we have growth in the like CEO from really managing, right? Because we know that like David is king in licensing and everything, and like understanding the collector world and so on. But probably you also want someone that can structure a little bit a growing business, right? And we will see. I mean, this is an announcement, right? That these positions are open. We will see how many hires are going to be presented, but the heads and communications lead we will know for sure once they are implemented. Senior graphic designer, they will not. But also this one here is bullish, right? Affiliates lead. What does that mean? Probably that this is the person that is going to work social media content creators and offering them deals and sponsorships and so on. So you will be seeing in the near future probably a lot of YouTubers and also other influencers shilling the hell out of Omi and Veve. Probably more than Veve than Omi. But in that sense, it's bullish because like Veve getting that much attention, this will be like the Andrew Jigs and the like altcoin dailies, and I don't know who they can win for their side, but they will have people with like millions of followers. Probably give them a good deal, like spend 20k on them, and then they will be talking bullishly about Veve once they are bringing out something big, right? So they're hiring now because they know that all these YouTube channels are going to get massive attention in the near future about or because of crypto, right? Because of altcoins, because of crypto, and they want new inflow and a big part of it. That's the reason. By the way, 40 people here. So guys, smash the likes once again. Very important. So Veve is gearing up to more, and also I think this should bury a little bit the rumor of Veve being on the verge of like collapsing because of lack of financials and so on. If they're hiring, it's very unlikely that they have financial problems, right? So very unlikely. Also, we are going to get this drop here for the Marvel Mighties. Look here, the Ghost Rider Chase drop. If you're looking at what is going to happen in this drop, we will see that there are some cool Mighties coming out, like the Moon Knight and Morbius, and then we have Werewolf by Night, the Man Thing, Elsa Bloodstone, Mephisto, and the absolute chase Ghost Rider is the craft chase. And this is crazy because you have to then quickly buy everything from the market, and then you have to there are only 111. This is crazy. It's a really cool Mighty drop, I agree. And this craft chase is going to lead to some crazy activity on secondary market, like to race to the thing. It also, like, there are only 444 Mephistos, and so this is basically what you have to hope for to hit on the drop. If you hit this on the drop, like the Mephisto, you probably go to secondary market and quickly purchase all the other stuff to then craft the Ghost Rider quickly, because this one, like 111, is going to go pretty high in price, I believe. Did you buy the Elmo? No, I did not, unfortunately. You mean the what is it like? Was it the grenade heart, or was it like recently? I don't know. I did not, unfortunately. Because of all the being engaged stuff and so on, I had a lot to do, unfortunately. So I kind of might have missed that. But let me know what you mean exactly. I might have missed that. But yeah, so that is going on. I think that's probably the most bullish thing here. Also, let's quickly check out what's going on with user numbers on Veve. They're going up. So we see here October 29th, they're going slightly up. Like you see, when Veve has an event, they find a lot of new users. When it's going on normal scale, they're like, okay, how much is that? 82 to 96. That's 14 new people, but still that's a nice growth rate, I think, for not having all this affiliate and whatever. And probably we're going to see a bigger spike once the crypto market is in the next stage, right? Elmo I'm stupid. Like I thought about Elmo X or something like that. Sorry, the Elmo. No, I didn't buy the Elmo, but I saw it looks good, and I saw some people having nice Sesame Street setup. So I didn't buy the Elmo, but if you have it, congratulations. I didn't buy it. Okay, I thought about Elmo X or something like that. Okay, let's also see, let's refresh here quickly on Stacker. We had a sale, there was a sale today, and there were some sales yesterday as well. We have a sale, had a sale at 307 Ultimate Animated Spider-Man for about 3K. Went out to Unknown Wallet. That happened, and also 2 Veve Gold Silver logos have been acquired by different wallets that are not known on Stacker. Also, we see here this Lightning board also at about $1,000, and yesterday Mr. Squibbs and someone else bought Amazing Fantasy. Now it's up to 8,000, so about the $7,000 mark. So you really can't say that the secondary market is dead. This all happened yesterday. Here's another Ultimate Spider-Man. All of these big purchases have happened within the last 24 hours, right? So that's pretty crazy. You can't really say that nothing's going on Veve, to be honest. So yeah, I think logo is pretty up, right? The question is, how many logos do they have left over as airdrops? I don't think it can be too many. So this would be something to monitor, I think, how many logos there are left. Will you sell yours? So until now I'm hodling mine. I will maybe at some point, it depends. I'm not going to sell it for these prices, that's for sure. But if it makes, like if it would change my life, I would probably sell it. And if someone wants it so badly, I would also feel good about it, right? But for now, I don't see it. Also, I want to go on a Veve event with my logo, and $10,000 don't change my life. So at these prices, like $10,000 or $15,000 or something like that, that's not life-changing money for me right now. But if it would be something like, I don't know, if it would be more in the direction of 50K or so, that could be something where I would consider it. But at these prices, there's no chance I'm selling my Veve logo. Forget it. So yeah, we will see. I mean, there's also community aspect to it, and so on. And also, this is hard consideration, right? It's a discussion that I have to have with myself. But so far, I didn't even think about when exactly I would sell it and so on. But also I'm known on the app, so you would see when I'm selling it, right? And I would also tell you guys when I sold it or when I would sell it. So we will see. I think there is less than 100 left. Yeah, so a little bit of dilution more. Also, it could be interesting to see if there's someone monitoring that. Randy said the number of logos left the other day. It will get tough to hold after 35K. Yeah, I think so. Like, there is a price point where it doesn't make sense to hold on to it. And also, if there's another bear market and so on, you can just buy it back. I think but we will see where the price goes in a Veve bull. So that's definitely something that I would want to wait for, to see when the crypto money hits and more people are coming into the community and they see what the Veve logo does. It might be, it's going to be tough to hold. Yeah, I would say it starts getting tough at 20 to 25K already, but we will see. Jasper Frank says they are all gone. How do you know? Yesterday I saw an airdrop for a Veve logo. Was that the last one? Where did you hear that? Like, that would mean that they can't give out any more logo. I don't think so. I think there must be still a little bit more, but yeah, we'll have to see. The gold and silver logo. Like, we're talking about this one, right? This is the one that they are giving out on card, right? So anyways, but this is something that we can worry about in a couple of months, but not now. So guys, make sure to smash the like button once more, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. It was a nice stream, it is a nice pump. Bitcoin is sitting nice and tight at 71,000, trying to go higher. So we are going to monitor that. Obviously, stay tuned for more videos, for shorts, for community posts, for whatever I'm going to put out here. We are starting to get more and more bullish. Retail will soon see what's happening in this market and try to enter the market. So this is going to be the exciting phase. So guys, wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a good one.